All right, what's up there, YouTube? Okay, so today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about 2018 and 2019. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the products that I purchased in 2018. I'm going to do a little update on this monitor that I bought, I think in 2017. I think I got this in 2017 from Massdrop. The VioTek 34-inch, I think it's 34-inch, 3440 by 1440, 100 hertz AMD FreeSync monitor. And my long-term follow-up review of it. The thing I have is this, you know, I got instead of getting a Joby GorillaPod, I got this, which is the FotoPro UFO 2. It's like a GorillaPod type of thing, but the legs are a little bit more bendable, and you can bend them in a little bit more, like you can wrap them around stuff. See, they'll wrap around into a small loop, which is nice if you want to wrap it around a railing or something like that. A little bit better than a Joby, I think, than the Joby GorillaPod. But for vlogging, this is what I use, and I put a ball head on top of it, because normally it doesn't come with this head. It just comes with the part that sticks. It just comes with this, and you screw the camera directly to it. But the problem with this is the movement. It doesn't go. It goes actually pretty decent, but it doesn't go quite enough for me in a lot of circumstances. So I got this little ball head that I put on here, and then I can even turn it even more, so I can have it almost completely flat out, you know, like this. You can put it basically sideways. If you want to put it on like a pole or something, this won't go completely up and down. So if you have this wrapped around a pole, this will go there. Anyway, these are a couple of the products I bought in 2018. This thing, it's fantastic. I love it. It was a little bit cheaper than the Joby GorillaPod. If you're interested in one of these, I'll leave a link in the description below. It's a little bit cheaper than that, and but it's held up pretty good. I mean, it's worked pretty good. I put my web camera on it and have it sitting right here instead of putting it on the monitor, because the curved monitor shows more of the back of the room than the monitor behind me, the 4K TV behind me. I like to have this kind of an angle if I can, you know, for when I'm shooting and doing little short vlogs and stuff like that, little stuff. That was one product that I got in 2017 that I really like. This is another. This is the Optech USA, OP/Tech USA. It's what it is. It's a harness for carrying multiple cameras. So you basically put it on like this, and then you take and strap. It comes with little, you know, quick disconnects, and you put them on your cameras. So if you got a camera, you can just use one of the eyes and quick disconnect it, and then just snap it right onto here. And now you can have this hanging down by your sides. It's good for two cameras. You can strap them together for one, like tie them together, and have one camera in here, and it slides on this ribbon, so you can lift up the camera and shoot with it, and then put it back down and let it hang by your side. I like it better than the one that hangs on the bottom, because on the bottom you have to take it off to put it on a tripod. So I can leave a tripod mount on the bottom of this, quickly, you know, unsnap it, click it into a tripod, and now it's on a tripod. So I like that. That was one of the reasons why I bought this instead of the other kind that has like that has it hooked to the bottom, like the little spider thing or whatever it's called. Anyway, this wasn't expensive. It was like 30 bucks. And quick review of it. I thought it's really good. The quality of material is held up really good. It's got like a neoprene thick foam shoulder pad. It's got really nice double stitching and stuff on the stitching and all that stuff. Optech USA branding on the thing. I even got some extensions to make them longer and stuff like that. So it was only like 30 bucks, and it's been the best 30 bucks I bought I use. The only problem I have with it is when I go to take it off, if I leave both cameras, it's kind of like swinging around and stuff, and I don't like swinging the cameras around that much. But anyway, that's one of the things I have that I really like. I got it in 2018. Look in the description below for the products that I talked to you about today. I bought this in 2018. It's simple little, for the GoPro type of cameras, the little action cameras. You know, I got that Firefly 8 SE action camera, and it works fantastic. I love that little camera. I don't have it out right now. It's in the closet. But The battery packs, so you got extra batteries, and you can just pop 2 of them on this thing, and it works with it. You know, this is the one that came with the camera, and this is an aftermarket, but it works with both, and it just plugs in USB. It has USB, the old style with the little triangle, you know, like a little angled old style, the bigger one, and then it also has the small USB type A or whatever, the little plug that used to be in the phones. Now they're all USB type C. And it just charges them both, and it works great. The things I bought in 2018, I didn't upgrade my computer in 2018. Well, I did. I got a RX 580 for my computer this year. It's a, I don't know, Daredevil, whatever. I posted a video about it anyway. It's a decent little video card. It works pretty good. I mean, for Battlefield and stuff like that. If you're playing games, rendering, it seems to be a little quicker on it too for different stuff. I did buy a 4K TV and mount it to the wall back there, just to have, so I can watch my videos as I edit, and I like to hang out and watch TV on it. So I've got surround sound going, so if I'm watching movies and stuff. This is a little extra tip. I like to give tips when I can. If you've got your computer connected and you go on to, say, Netflix on the web and play the videos from Netflix, say I just grab a tab. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a tab and bring it over to that monitor, YouTube, okay? So I brought YouTube over to that monitor. And this is the other browser I started using based on level 1 text. It was, well, somebody suggested I use this Venmo browser, whatever this thing is. It's a different browser. It's pretty cool. It's based on Chrome though, so it's basically a Chrome browser. But it's not Chrome. It's a different one. It's got more security and more things. But if you drag the thing over here and it's Netflix, I'm looking the other direction, and say you pop a video in, I don't want to play somebody else's video, we'll do this, we'll pop this in here.
Taco Bell invites you to a world.
If I make this full screen,
filled with nachos or indulgent chicken enchiladas for Justin.
And it's in 4K, it'll play 4K over there in the corner. I can pause it, but it plays 4K on this monitor. But the problem is on Netflix, if I have Netflix as a tab and drag it over to that monitor, it doesn't play Dolby Digital surround sound. So it doesn't do the surround sound in the room. So if you have a home theater PC, what I found out is it doesn't do Dolby Digital surround sound through the browser. You actually have to use the Netflix app. So as soon as I launch the Netflix app, I can instantly hear the difference in the surround sound coming from the center and rear speakers and everything. It works properly. And I tried it side by side. One movie, the other movie. Played it on the browser, played it in the app. It's surround sound in the app, it's not surround sound on the browser. Just thought I'd let you know. That's something I haven't heard anybody mention before. A little tip. If you want to hear surround sound, use the Netflix app or a Netflix TV or something like that. But I just have it hooked through the stereo, through the PC, and I just listen to surround sound in here when I'm, you know, goofing off watching a video or something. Those are some of the products that I got in 2018. The monitor, let me get back to the monitor here. This is a VioTek 3440 by 1440 monitor, and as you can see, I've got like a moving background here on it. But this monitor, I've seen no dead pixels, no bright, you know, spots, no red spots, no black spots. It's actually been a fantastic, especially for the price. I can't believe this monitor. I've had a bunch of you, several people commented, hey, why don't you do a follow-up after a year of using the monitor? And that's, you know, a good idea, because you spend $500 on a monitor, you want to find out what it's like a year later. And a year later, I can tell you, I would buy it again, because this monitor has been absolutely perfect. It's given me no problems. I edit on it, I use it for editing, I use it for everything. Now, Photoshop, if I'm trying to do a straight line, because it's a curved monitor, it's not so bad. But when you're sitting this close to the monitor, you don't notice the curve that much, because you're close to it, and it's like this. If you're back from it, I don't know. I guess if you're back from it, you can kind of see it going up and down a little bit, you know. So the curved lines might be distortion on photos if you're trying to, you know, get a straight line for something. But normally, even in Photoshop, the photo's here and the tools are over here and over here. So it's not, the photo isn't taking up that much of the screen enough to where it bends so much that it's, you know, having a big curved U-shaped line that's supposed to be straight. So, and editing videos has been fantastic on it. It gives you plenty of real estate, like having two monitors, like having two 19-inch monitors or something like that. But I really like it. It's a great monitor. I've had no problem. I have that one hooked up. I don't really use the second screen as a monitor. It's a 4K screen. I don't use it as a monitor. I mean, I could, but I don't normally do stuff up there on that screen. That's just to preview when I'm editing video and watching videos, like I've already said. The biggest purchase I had in 2018 was my house. You guys probably saw the video. I had a video. I bought a house and all that type of stuff. So my house was the biggest thing. I've had some stuff that's happened in the house I've had to fix minor things. My swimming pool has a heater. I'll tell a quick. I say it's quick, but it's never quick, right? Because I tend to go on and on and on about different stuff. And you guys are like, what does this have to do with your year in review? It has to do with my year in review. The pool has a propane heat. It's got a propane tank outside. If you saw my house, if you saw the video outside, you've seen the propane tank. I pointed it out. Here's the propane tank for the heat. Well, the propane tank, when I first moved in, I used the heat in the pool like a couple times and it worked fine. And then one day I could smell gas. So I went and checked the tank and it was down to about 25%. It was down to the red line saying that I needed gas, which is how propane works. You don't normally smell it. Propane doesn't have a smell. They actually have to put a chemical in the tank to give it that smell so that you can smell it. It's an odorless gas, propane is. So when it gets down low, you can start smelling the gas. That's a hint, a clue to go ahead and have the tank filled. I'd been living here for a couple months, so I thought I need to call and get the tank because it's a rental tank. The tank is rented through the company, and the previous owner of the house had already rented it for the year, or however long. So I got a letter in the mail saying, if you want to continue service, we're gonna, gotta sign a contract to re-rent the tank and blah, blah, blah. So I called them up and I said I scheduled to have a guy come out and check the tank and set up sign the paperwork to re-rent the tank and check the levels and make sure everything was okay with the tank. So the guy comes out, he checks the tank out for me, and he says that he tells me that the 20% that's in the tank belongs to them. That it does that. He explained how when it gets low, it does it. So the bottom 20% that's in the tank belongs to them. That they include that in the price or whatever. The gas that's already in there, like the little bit. When you have it filled, I'm assuming you have to pay to fill the tank. He tells me the bill is like $200 or something like that, and I give him my credit card, and he goes and does it and gives me the receipt, and I stick it on the board with all my other receipts for stuff for the house. So. Fast forward, I'm waiting. He said that they'll just come out and fill it. So I'm waiting for them to come out and fill the tank. A week or two passes and they never come out. So I contact them and I said, hey, when are you guys coming to fill the tank? The guy said you'd be by to fill it. He doesn't fill it. He's just the maintenance guy that comes out and checks on the tanks and everything and takes them or installs them if they need to be taken out or put in. And since I signed a new contract, it stays in, and when are you guys gonna come out and fill it? The lady says, oh, well, the guy never did come out. He never did give us the information that it needed to be filled. She said, would you like that? I said, yeah, come on out. So they come out, and like that week, they come out, they fill the tank, and they leave a receipt on my mailbox, or a bill on my mailbox. And the gas price is $250. And I'm thinking, $250. So what did I pay for last time? Because I thought maybe I paid, like some of it last time, because it was $200 for nothing for him to come out, look at the tank, and there was a $100 service charge. But what was the other? I paid $73 or something last time for the 20% that was in the tank. And I looked at it, I was like, wait a minute, it said $73 fuel, 20% fuel, and they charged me for it. And I was looking at I get the other bill, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, wait a second, why did I pay $70 for gas that was already in the tank? He didn't add that 20%. It was already in the tank. The tank was here. The previous owner of the house paid to have the tank filled last time. So he paid for the fuel that was in the tank. Why am I paying for the fuel that's in the tank? And why did I pay $70 for fuel? So they should take the $70 off of my $250 bill. So I call them up. So I call up the gas company. I just realized it. And I'm you know, and I said, look, I explained the situation and told them that I had, you know, fuel that was in the tank and blah, blah, blah. And wouldn't that fuel belong to the person that paid for the fuel the last time that they were here? The tank was existing. It's not like they came and brought out a new tank and set it in the ground and it had 20% in it and they charged me the $70. The tank was existing on the property and it already had fuel in it from the last customer that owned the house since 1997. The guy that I bought this house from was the original owner. So he lived here for years and had the fuel in them. So she said she's going to have somebody call me back. Well, she never does. I never got a call back from them. So I got a letter from them saying, blah, 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 the payment promptly avoid interruption. Pay as of 12/26, $256.50. They're still telling me that's $250. So I'm not going to send them the $256.50. I'm going to send them $256 minus the $70 for the fuel that's already in the tank. And I'm going to write a letter and say I spoke to somebody, they never called me back. That's what I'm doing. And if they get mad and say that you got to pay me for the other 70, that's their business. Anyway, I went on a diet. So you guys, hopefully I'll start dropping these pounds pretty quick. I eat 1 meal a day, keto diet. So it's basically, no carb diet, 1 meal a day, drink plenty of water, drink plenty of fluids. I have 1 meal a day, and then after like 6 hours, I have a little snack or something. And it's usually like the other day I had a small salad as my snack. I had a meal that was fish and vegetables with no carbs. And then I had a small salad as a snack. So that was it's technically not 1 meal a day. It's technically 2 because I have a little snack. So. And then yesterday I had a boiled egg. So I had fish at like 2 o'clock, and then around 6 or 7 I had a boiled egg. And then that was it. I didn't eat anything last night, and I haven't eaten since the boiled egg yesterday at 6 o'clock, and it's 12 o'clock to noon on January 3rd. So since New Year's, I haven't eaten. I've been on this diet, and I'm sticking to it. I've done it before. I did it before. I lost like 40 pounds before. So, and I never did it this drastically. The last time I did a keto or Atkins diet or, a low carb diet, I would eat like 2 meals a day at least, like full meals. But they were like meat and vegetables and stuff like that. And then I'd have another one, meat and vegetables. Like I'd eat a full meal twice. Well, this time I'm not. I'm doing basically 1 meal a day with a small snack just to tide me over until the next day. And then I'm still going quite a distance, quite a time between. So today I'm going to have tuna steaks, I think. I'm going to cook one on the grill. But anyway, that's my review. That's my little follow-up video. I would like to mention this. I don't talk about this a lot, but I don't know if you guys know. I know you have to know because you subscribe to my channel and you watch my videos. I tend to be the kind of guy that goes for the underdog. When everybody buys one product, I don't get that product, I get something else. And it's just out of habit. I'm always like, oh, you really like that product? That's nice. Let me find something similar that might have more features or something, and then I'll get that. And that's what I do. Just like with cameras. All the wedding filmmakers were buying the Canon 5D. They all wanted the Canon 5D, blah, blah, blah. Got to have the Canon 5D, got to get it. I went and got a Panasonic GH1. So when they were all shooting with Canon XL1s, I shot with a DVX 100A. When they were all, I shot with the Panasonic DVX 100A. When they all got the big, DV cameras, I bought a JVC DV500 and shot with that, big shoulder mount camera. When they all, it's just the way I am. I'm the kind of guy that always looks for something slightly different. And it's just out of habit. It's what I do. Everybody goes out and buys Samsung phones. I had a Samsung phone. I've got a Huawei phone. And everybody's like, what's a Huawei? I've got an iPhone or a Samsung. That's all they know is iPhones or Samsungs. Own an iPhone or a Samsung. I'll never own an iPhone, and I've explained that before. I'll never buy an Apple product, period. I just won't. And it's not because I hate Apple. I don't really care for them, but it's not that I hate Apple or something like that. It's just everybody buys Apple. Everybody goes out and buys the Joby Gorilla Pod. I get the FotoPro thing. Everybody goes out and buys a GoPro, and you know, part of it is an annoyance I have, where everybody assumes that if you have an action camera that you've got a GoPro, right? GoPro, the name becomes synonymous with action cameras, and that's annoying to me because it's a product. It has a separate name. That's like every car is in a Chevy, right? Every car is in a Honda. Every small car is in a Honda. There's Toyotas, there's Hyundais, there's all these other brands. Why, in certain industries, do they call every, let me get your iPhone? It's not an iPhone. It's a Huawei phone. Is it a Samsung? No, it's not a Samsung. It's a Huawei phone. What's a Huawei? And it's part of this mentality that if you own something, you have to own one of these brands. So when I got the Firefly 8 SE, I always look for something that's a little bit different. Is it as good as the GoPro? Probably not. I mean, the new GoPro is awesome with this image stabilization, but it was also $130. It wasn't $400. It was $130. I saved money on it, and I use it all the time. Oh, it's a great camera. I've always been that kind of person. So when everybody buys Intel, I buy AMD. When everybody buys a NVIDIA card, I had an NVIDIA card. I've had NVIDIA cards for years. That's all I used. But AMD seems to have caught up, or get close enough, get really close to the level of NVIDIA. And I don't like NVIDIA having a stranglehold on the market where it has to be GameWorks and all this type of stuff. So I get AMD, and it's just the way I am. It's the kind of person I am, right? Like I have some stuff that's the thing. Okay, everybody goes out and buys a DJI, and every time I fly my drone, they're like, "Is that a DJI?" No, that's not a DJI. No, it's not. It's a Typhoon H. It's a unique Typhoon H. It's not a DJI. What's a Typhoon H? I never heard of that. Well, okay. So you never heard of it. That's what it is. It's a drone. It's another drone. There's other manufacturers beside the few that you've heard advertised out the yin yang to you. iPhone, same way. Oh, it's an iPhone. It's an iPhone. My granddaughter, before she had a Samsung. She goes, "We can FaceTime." I'm like, "There's no such. It's not. You can't FaceTime. It's an Android phone. FaceTime is not. That's like, let's Skype. You mean let's do a video chat? Because Skype is a product by Microsoft. It's not what you're doing. What you're doing is doing a face chat, a video chat, right, on the phone. So when let's FaceTime, I want to FaceTime. I'm like, there's FaceTime. It's not. It's a Samsung. It's an Android phone. There's no FaceTime on it. FaceTime is a product of Apple. You're talking about something completely. That's not what it is. There's no such thing as FaceTime. There's no FaceTime app on an Android phone. You can do a Google Hangout. You can do Skype on here. I mean, maybe you can get FaceTime on here. I don't think so. I think that's only Apple. So it's just annoying when people say you got a GoPro or you got a FaceTime. Is that an iPhone? They just assume that that's what it is because that's all they know. It's like the American people are bombarded with advertisements, and everybody, they see everything. If you've got a laptop, it's got to be a MacBook. No, maybe it's a laptop. Maybe it's a gaming laptop that's way more powerful than a MacBook. Maybe I can actually play games on it while I'm editing. Whatever. Anyway, these are just a few of my random thoughts running through 2019, and I'll keep you guys updated on the diet. That's worthy information, right? And I'm going to be making a lot more videos over the next year, and I really, really, really appreciate everybody for liking the videos, giving them thumbs up, and and commenting. Comment below on anything I've talked about today if you're interested in anything that I've discussed. I'll leave links to the products that I discussed here below, except for my house, obviously. Why would I give you a link to that? I already bought it. You can't buy it. But anyway, so Appreciate it. I really, really appreciate everybody that subscribed. I'm up to almost 1,900 subscribers. I'll be breaking 2,000 subscribers this year. Hopefully, hopefully soon in the next couple months, I'll break 2,000. And I really appreciate all you guys' support. So thanks for watching and have a good year. And I hope everybody has a great time in 2019 and get out there and do stuff. Go out and shoot some video. Go out and ride your bike and enjoy being out with your friends and family and life and do things and have a good time. And keep watching. Thanks a lot. See you, YouTube.